Okay, hi. I'm William Oberlander from William's Favorite Videos, and what are we ready to talk about today? New subject is what? Gosh dang tornadoes. You better be ready. If you move here to Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Texas, Kansas, you better be ready for tornadoes. Now, what I'm talking about is not just fear, but stuff that really happened. Like my first house. I was there with my wife, my daughter Sarah. Sarah was 1 year old. We were hiding underneath the dining room table, and you could just hear the chimney. We didn't have the wood stove yet. You could hear the chimney flue just lifting up and down. Ba bang, ba bang, ba bang. The entire roof was lifted off the house, and somehow we survived. Now we got a truck tarp from Roy Hill, my ex father-in-law. I still consider my dad. He's dead now. He had a bad heart condition. But the point is that Roy put an orange tarp on top of the house, and my mom, my dad, and my ex-wife and children helped me put new shingles up because the insurance wouldn't pay enough to replace the roof. So I figured, well, they gave me $1,200. $1,200 would be enough stuff to buy. I got a compressor, and we did the roof together. All right. Next tornado experience. Well, this might be a long. This might not be a short. I was out here at my mom's house, right here by the tree. Let's do a flippancy. I always like to call it a flippancy. But here above, oh shoot, above this tree was a tornado. Yeah, right here in the middle. It's kind of like that today. It was a little dark, but there was a tornado that came down, didn't touch down completely. And I was on the phone. I was on the phone with my ex-wife, and I actually have filmed this in a video at this exact spot of this tornado coming down. It was like the Wizard of Oz, and I actually looked upon the tornado inside. It was like a funnel, like the eye of a hurricane. You could actually see. It didn't touch down completely, so I didn't die. Okay, third tornado experience. Now this happened at work. Now this is a little different. I, I guess I flipped again, but what happened at work? Another tornado tore off the roof of the factory where I worked. There was explosive decompression. There was dust and dirt, and everything just flew before my own eyes. This is probably like the third or fourth tornado I survived from. And Whirlpool went down for 2 weeks. But she's such a good, reliable girl, and believe me, I love my company. I love Whirlpool. They are the kindest, most gentlest, wonderful people you would ever meet. And the engineers got this place running in 2 weeks. Just 4 hours before 2 weeks would have happened. And we got paid for the whole thing. I thought, well, oh my God, I lost my job. I was in a building with a tornado and I survived. And I went home, It was terrible. It was like the Titanic, The water lines broke. The fire alarms went off. The smoke detectors. The water system thought there was a fire, so the sprinklers went off inside the entire factory on top of computers. What a mess. And it was like Titanic. I thought she's going down. She won't ever be fixed. But believe me, Whirlpool has redundant systems, and it's a wonderful factory. And they're such wonderful people that they got her up and running in 2 weeks. I was back at my job. Well, this is the tornado long version video. Now, I'm not going to edit this into a short because this is really something worth watching. I've survived tornado at least 3 or 4 times. There's also been high winds. There was trees at my old house. The big tree like behind me, all of a sudden part of it breaks and it's in your yard. Luckily, it didn't hit the house, but the same thing happened at my old house where I was divorced at. In the back, a silver maple tree was broken in half, 2 feet around. This was only caused by a tornado. There's no in hell a 2 feet around tree would fall down for no reasons, snapped in the middle unless it was a tornado. And that thing missed the house by 2 feet. Yep. This one missed the house by 2 feet. Another one missed the house by a couple of feet. I'm like, Lord God, are you sending me a message? Yes, He is. He is. Trust in me is what God says. And if you don't have the stomach to live in Tornado Alley, and listen to some of the thunderstorms and lightning and stuff that just blows up, it actually might give you a heart attack. You listen, kaboom! It's better than any fireworks, believe me. It's like the biggest explosion you ever heard. Do you ever hear the thing called Oklahoma thunder? My God, we have some of the most fabulous thunderstorms. I actually do look forward to them sometimes. I'm like, well, is this going to be a good one or gentlemen? But when it keeps me up for like 2 or 3 hours and I need to be at work and like, oh God, I need my sleep, and he just keeps going, come on, come on, come on, come on. There's lightning and thunder, and the power is going on and off and on and off, and yo, shit. I had to unplug stuff. The interesting thing was when the lightning hit the TV set, hit the roof, hit the holly tree, and hit the TV set blew up. Then I realized, well, Grandma was right. Unplug your TV during a thunderstorm. I should have listened to Grandma, shouldn't I? But it was interesting just watching that TV set just blow up, the smoke coming out of it. And luckily, we didn't have to call the fire department. We just unplugged it. It smelled bad all day, but oh God. Luckily, that TV is in the trash. But really, stuff like this happens. You have to really be careful during a lightning storm. So anyway, I've said enough. Enjoy William's favorite videos, and to talk about the forbidden subject is what? Tornadoes and thunderstorms. Oh my God, some of the stuff we get in Oklahoma. If you're the faint of heart, don't move here. I swear to God, don't move me. You could have a heart attack just listening to this stuff. With the tornadoes and the warnings, and sometimes the warning sounds, the bells and buzzers, the city goes off. But there's been several times where a tornado hit and they didn't know. In the middle of the night, here's a tornado, and there was no state or government warning alarm. There's something called a tornado whistle that happened, and in the middle of the night, all of a sudden, this stuff is just, and it has to have been water that got slapped sideways. It actually came inside the house. It came in by my garage door. It came inside the door seals. It was so much water pressure that the house just, even though it's got nice seals, couldn't stop the water from coming in. And it wasn't a flooding situation. Well, actually, it kind of was. And I figured, well, it'll dry by next morning. But holy crap, here's water coming in sideways from my windows and from my garage door and my front door. Don't open the door. Nope, not a good idea. Have a blessed day, and hopefully you enjoyed William's favorite videos and the forbidden subject.